How y'all doing today? I don't know how long this video gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be too long. Kind of get straight to the point. And it's crazy because I was talking to a client this morning and early this morning, and he was telling me about how he said, man, I just don't feel like God on my side. I don't feel like He support me, in the thing that I do. So, I begin to ask him a few questions, and he began to tell me some certain things, and I was honest with him. I have to be honest with him. They say life coaches are supposed to be, but I have to be honest. That's number one, because without honesty, we can't fix the problem. So I told him, I use the analogy of a father or a mother, if you're a woman, or and two children, right? Let's say, for instance, you got two children, your mother, father, whatever, however, your parent, and one of those children, he do his schoolwork, get good grades, good conduct, help around the house, respectful to adults. Anything that child asks you for, you'll give it to him. And the other child, he always in trouble, always in and out of juvenile, always having problems, disrespectful. You gonna give him the things that he need, because that's your child. But extra stuff, you're not gonna give it to him. So I was telling him, I say, listen, you can go off your own strength, and good luck with that. But if you want support from the Lord, you gotta align yourself. You have to align yourself with His will. You know what I'm saying? Another example, like, you might be in a relationship with somebody. If you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all not married, right, and y'all having unmarital sex, which is a sin, fornication, how can you be asking God, fix my relationship? I mean, it'll be like He going against His own word. If He fix your relationship and give you happiness when you commit a sin, right? So in other words, what I'm saying is, when we want to ask God for something, or when we want the support of God, because we want His support in and every area of our life, because if not, eventually it's going to crash and burn. If God not in it or behind it, or the head of it, it's just not going to be right. I don't care what it is, a business venture, a marriage, a friendship, whatever it is. If God is not the foundation, it's just not going to last, right? And, we have to understand, and it's not just situations like that. You could be asking God for something and want Him to be behind you, but you got all kind of envy and hatred in your heart toward other people. Say, bro, they got a lot of people right now that God got blessings for them. He hear their prayers. But sin will hinder that. Sin will hinder your prayers being answered. And they got people right now, probably somebody that's watching this video, and this video gonna fall into the right person to have his things that you've been asking God for, maybe to heal your body or heal your marriage, or just whatever it is that you asking God for, you seeking God for, and you expecting Him to come through for you. Of course you gotta have faith, because it's impossible to please God without that. And I'm going to speak on faith strictly one day in the video, because faith is I don't think people take faith as serious as it is, because it is very serious. It's almost like, it's almost like a body with no heart. If you ain't got faith, it don't even pay to even ask God for nothing. That's number one. But I'm saying, if you want the support of God in your life, you want Him to be with you, you want Him to be in your relationship, you want Him to be in all areas of your life, you have to align yourself. Because God is not going to bless no mess. Like I was saying earlier, they got people right now that God hear their prayers, and He got their bless. And guess what? See, when you ask God for something, it's always going to be better than what you ask for. You asking for a woman, He going to give you a wife. You asking for a Nissan, He probably give you a Mercedes. That's just how God is, because He want us to be blessed. But the thing is, they got people right now who got their blessings in the sky. It's right there for them. They can touch it if they... But God, it's almost, matter of fact, I give you another analogy. An airplane has to have the coast clear before it land. It can't just land, right? A lot of y'all blessings is in the air, just floating, sitting, because it's either something that y'all got in y'all life that's not right. Because as a child of God, if we align ourselves, some things might happen. The Bible tells us, Jesus told us that we're going to go through trouble. So it's not, life not going to be perfect. But it's just, you've been praying all this time to be healed and you never been healed. Because God don't take long. God don't need no, and he don't always come when we call, but he always on time. He never late. God don't take no days off. So with that being said, a lot of things that we had God for, we've been praying for years, but we haven't been aligning ourselves. I know for myself, it's things that I've been praying for years. And I was wondering, well, maybe God God, we ain't waiting on God. God be waiting on us. Waiting on us to get in alignment with his will. If we asking him for him, if we want his support. Now, like I told my client, listen, if you don't want his support and you're gonna go off your own strength, which you can make it so far off your own strength, but I mean, we don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? We want a husband, we want a wife, we want a new car, whatever that we praying for and believe in God for, we have to align ourselves for that, because he not going to give it to us when we are mess. It's just not going to happen. I mean, whether you feel like it's fair or not, or however you feel, God is not about to bless no mess. Because if he do, you ain't going to do nothing but mess it up again anyway. If he bless you with a wife and you're not ready, you might ruin that woman, and that might be his child. If you get a blessing from the Lord before you ready, you gonna destroy yourself. And as God look at you just like you look at your children. You love your children unconditionally, but if they get out of line, they get out of line, and they gotta be disciplined. And at the same way God look at us, bro. He love us and he want us to prosper soul wise. And he wants to prosper in all areas of our life. But we have to align ourselves with his will if we want those blessings. Because if not, they just going to stay in the sky. I mean, and mess around and get them transferred to somebody else. But I'm saying, your particular blessing is thing that you particularly want, that you particularly went to God for. But if you bring in God in your life, and you bring God in the situation, asking him for something, make sure you have yourself aligned with his will, right? And if you don't know his will, pick up his Bible. His Bible tell you his will. You know what I'm saying? Speak to him. Fast, pray. He'll speak to you through people. But he always speak. The Bible is the living word. It's always speaking. So you can go in that Bible and find any answer to any problem in your life to let you know if you are aligned with his will or you not. And if you're not aligned with his will, don't expect nothing from him. And guess what? Yeah, you might get some of the blessings here and there, but that don't mean it come from the heavens. And the reason why you know it don't come from the heaven because it didn't last. If it come from God, it's gonna last forever. So that's my message for today. And I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for taking time out of y'all day listen to what I have to say. I just want y'all to keep that in mind. If you want the blessings of God to overtake you, you have to align yourself with his will. And if you don't know his will, read your word. Y'all be blessed.